Welcome to the Freehold Regional High School District Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as your facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. So first, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Second, your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see nor hear you. Third, this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation will be made available within about a week or so. With that said, I want to go ahead and introduce our first presenter, Texas A&M.
Howdy, my name is Rosela. I'm one of the admissions counselors for Texas A&M University at Galveston. I'm also a former graduate with my bachelor's degree in marine biology, graduated in 2018. And I will start sharing my screen. Alrighty. So Texas A&M University at Galveston, it is the coastal branch of Texas A&M University, which is located, our main campus is located over in College Station. Yes, we are the same school. We have the same Aggie ring, same diploma, same Aggie colors with the same tradition. On our campus, we have 2,200 students, 9 undergrad and 4 graduate programs, so we're fairly small. We are home to the Texas A&M Maritime Academy. We're one of 6 state maritime academies in the United States. These are some of our programs that we offer here on our campus, from our liberal arts to maritime business administration and business and industries to our ocean sciences. Of course, my personal favorite is, of course, marine biology. Oops. There you go. We do offer engineering at Galveston. So these are some of our engineering programs that we offer here on our campus, but you apply through College Station. So you would apply to College Station, but you would take a lot of our courses here on our campus. This is the Maritime Academy. If you are interested in any of our licensing programs, which is marine transportation, marine engineering with the licensing option, marine biology, and marine science, you'll be a part of the Maritime Academy. There are other programs that, if you are interested in being part of the Maritime Academy, you can sign up for. So Navy ROTC and the SSMP program is also offered to all students of all majors. We also have drills and ceremonies for students who are not interested in any licensing or military obligations. We do have several resources on our campus. So these are some co-curricular activities that can be located while you tour our campus. We are currently having in-person tours. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me and we can set something up together. Some of our student organizations, this is not even half of them. This is 45 organizations and counting. We actually have a lot more, but these are the most popular ones that we have here on our campus. If we don't have an organization that you want to go into, you can create one yourself. This is the admissions application process for our campus. You apply through Apply Texas. Application fee of $75, essay topic A, official high school transcript. Currently for 2021, test scores are optional. For next year, it will possibly change. If you are interested in the Maritime Academy, there is a separate application that you must fill out. Those are our deadlines for fall 2021, so our final deadline is coming up May 1st, next month. Financial aid information as well, so if you have any questions about those, feel free to reach out to us. I definitely recommend for you guys to submit your financial aid, especially every year when it does open up on October 1st. We do have institutional scholarships that you can apply for through Apply Texas. There's a separate application, so you can definitely fill that out, and I strongly encourage it and recommend it. All of our information is on our website if you have any questions about that. And if you do have any other personal questions, you can always reach out to us. This is our contact information to the admissions office. I will also include my contact information in the chat if you ever want to reach out to me personally. And that is all I have.
Thank you, Texas A&M Galveston. Up next, we have the University of Alabama.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Paul. I am the regional recruiter for Central New Jersey. Just going to pull up my slideshow here. I work specifically for the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. I make that distinction because we have two other campuses in Alabama, one in Huntsville and one in Birmingham. But for the admissions process, all the campuses are separate. Tuscaloosa campus will be joining the Common App for 2022 admissions. So if you are applying through the Common App, you want to make sure that you are indicating Tuscaloosa specifically. Tuscaloosa is a quintessential college city. It is a small to medium-sized city, a little over 200,000 people. It provides great entertainment opportunities, nightlife, food, not just barbecue, but the barbecue is incredible in Tuscaloosa. Also, if you like outdoor activities, we do have the Black Warrior River running through Tuscaloosa, so that provides a lot of great natural resources for our students. The total enrollment in Tuscaloosa is a little under 38,000. Our undergraduate enrollment is a little under 33,000, of which 55% of those students are coming from out of state. So for out-of-state students like all of you, it really is a great environment. You can see here that New Jersey is our 8th largest out-of-state territory. So you probably know some students from your area who are either on their way to Alabama this upcoming fall or attending the university. For majors, we offer 70 undergraduate degree programs. And then we also have, with our concentrations and our minors, you're looking at about 200 degree possibilities. We also are an R1 research university. R1 means that we have the highest activity level of collegiate research on our campus, which means we do have undergraduate research opportunities. And we encourage all of our majors, even if you're not going into research after graduation, to participate because it really helps with creativity and also critical thinking skills. Campus life is very active at the University of Alabama. If you're interested in Greek life, we do have the largest undergraduate system in the country. With that, it is only 30% of the university. So if you don't want to do Greek life, it's not a prerequisite to attend a university. 70% of our students are finding other outlets to explore their interest and create their communities in Tuscaloosa and beyond. We have over 600 student organizations on campus. So there's so much that you can get involved in. If you're interested in athletics, we have intramural programs, which are informal student versus student, and student versus teacher faculty leagues, which I think is really great because it gives students an opportunity to form friendships with our faculty. We also do have club sports if you want to have a more structured athletic experience separate of Division I athletics. For housing, we guarantee all first-year students and require all freshmen to live on campus. We have 3 different styles, so there's a lot of variety. Important thing to keep in mind with our schedule next year is the housing application will open in October. So students who get accepted earliest and then apply for housing will participate in our online selection. The students applying closest to October will be able to select their housing first. So if you are interested in apartment style, suite style housing, I do recommend applying early so you'll have the best chance to select that housing. For admissions next year, we have not made a final decision about being test optional. Alabama was test optional for 2021. A final decision about 2022 will be made hopefully by July when our application opens. If we are test optional, we are still going to be offering our automatic scholarships, which you see here. The way that you're going to qualify for this is you will submit your official high school transcript and then your test scores when you apply, even if we're test optional. If you have the GPA and test score that you see listed here, then you will automatically qualify for this level scholarship. Also new for 2022, we are still offering our competitive scholarships. However, when you complete your application to the university, you will also be automatically applying for those scholarships. It's also important to note that our scholarship deadline for 2022 will be January 15th. So if you want to be considered for a competitive merit scholarship, you're going to need to apply before January 15th. We are not going to be extending that deadline. So anyone who applies after January 15th will not be considered for incoming first-year scholarships. Also, the campus is open currently for tours. We do tours Monday through Friday, and we also do offer in-depth visits. So if you want to do academic facility tours or anything else like that, please let me know and I will help make those arrangements. I thank you all so much for your time tonight. I'm glad you could participate. And of course, as we say in Tuscaloosa, roll tide.
Thank you. Our next presenter is the University of Tampa.
Hi, I'm Stacy Fonseca, and I want to tell you a little bit about UT. First, we are open for visitors. So if you're interested in heading on down to Tampa, I hope that you'll take some time to visit us. We have visits pretty much Sunday through Saturday right now, but we will be scaling that back a bit in a few weeks as we head into our summer months. It gets a bit hot down here, but we think it's important that you love where you live, and our students certainly do. We're in an urban environment. We are just 1 block from downtown, and what separates our campus from downtown is the Hillsborough River that you see here, but you can see that it's still kind of an enclosed campus. We are located directly in Tampa Bay now that we have the champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Stanley Cup champions. There are a ton of events going on our campus and of course in the city of Tampa. And while that may draw people down to Tampa Bay, I think that the reason that they choose to enroll at the university is because of the internship opportunities. So our students are coming from all over the world. We're an international university. We have about 1/3 of our students from the state of Florida, about 1/3 from the Northeast. The other 1/3 is all of the other states and around 133 countries this year. So on the weekends, it makes it a really exciting place to be because people are definitely not going home. So we have about 9,700 students total. We're a medium-sized university. Our average class size is right around 22 students, but in your very first year, I think it's going to be a little bit closer to probably what you would have in an average school year. I know you're probably studying from home this year, but in an average class year, maybe around 40 students in your freshman class. However, our largest classroom seats 58 students, and all of our classes are taught by professors. We don't have any teaching assistants or grad assistants teaching classes, and all of our professors hold the highest degree in their field or a PhD. The student-faculty ratio is 1:17, and we offer 200 different majors in 4 different colleges. Very few of our majors do you need to apply to separately, but a couple of them you do. So anything that's in the performing or fine arts, athletic training, and of course, our nursing program, which is ranked #1 in the country. We have a 100% pass rate on the NCLEX exam. Now, we really think that experiential learning is important, and we have some amazing facilities. We have a marine science research facility that's located just 6 miles from our campus on Tampa Bay, where we have holding tanks, wet labs, dry labs, 3 Grady white boats, and then another large research vessel out on the Gulf of Mexico. We have a real-time trading center on campus. We have what we call the Fab Lab, where we have CNC routers and 3D printers. We have a great new recreation center that we're building that's going to open next spring. Amazing science labs for our students. And this year we started the Shore Research Program that we're inviting freshmen to participate in research with faculty and have the opportunity to be published before they graduate. So lots of exciting things happening at UT. And one of the other things that really draws people down is the total value. Our cost is just around $43,000, and 97% of our students are receiving some type of financial aid. And if you want to find out what your cost might be, you're welcome to go on and use our net price calculator. So I want to talk a little bit about applying to UT. There are 3 different applications that you can use, either the Common App, the Coalition app, or the University of Tampa app. And the things that you would need to submit are going to be your official high school transcript, an essay, and a letter of recommendation. Now, we are test optional, and whether or not you submit test scores, that's completely up to you. It'll have no influence on your application and absolutely no influence on your scholarship. And I wanted to talk a little bit about merit-based scholarship. Not only is our tuition, room, board, and fees, our costs low at $43,000, but we offer generous scholarships that range from $4,000 to $18,000 per year, making the University of Tampa extremely affordable, and in many cases, comparable to if you stayed in the state of New Jersey. We will be using your unweighted GPA at the time of acceptance, and that'll be your merit scholarship for the next 4 years. So if you have any more questions or want to request more information, you can click here to get more information and stay in contact with me. I look forward to working with you over the next year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, University of Tampa. Our next presenter is the University of Florida.
Sorry, my mouse froze up there a second.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Jeannie, like in a bottle, and I am the New Jersey admissions representative for University of Florida. I'm so excited to share a little bit about UF with y'all tonight, so let's dive right in. We are ranked number 6 for top public universities in the nation. UF is located in North Central Florida, right where you see that star. We are about 2 hours away from Orlando and Disney, and about an hour, hour and a half west of the beach and also Jacksonville. I like to say we're pretty much smack dab in the middle for both coasts. We do have our own airport, which is about 10 to 15 minutes away from campus. And our downtown area is only about 10 to 15 minutes walking, which has lots of local restaurants, farmers markets, since there's a lot of agriculture around, and live music. So there's always something happening in our downtown area. Gainesville is very much your traditional college town, and our students really love it there. We have one of the highest freshman retention rates in the country at 97%. We have around 55,000 students on campus, and about 37,000 are undergrads. 16% of our students are coming from all states and 131 countries, making us one of 5 of the largest universities in the nation. A good chunk of our students are coming from the Northeast, so Pennsylvania, Long Island, and New Jersey. So there is a strong Northeast presence. So strong that a student from New Jersey and their family opened up a bagel shop, and they do offer pork roll or Taylor ham, depending which one you want to call it. And there's always a line. Here you are able to see what our middle 50% looks like in regard to test scores and GPA. That GPA is weighted and recalculated. As of right now, we are still requiring test scores, so please keep that in mind when you are applying to UF. Being a large campus really gives you the big campus resources with a small class feel, having a faculty to student ratio of 17:1. There's no reason for you to feel like a small gator in a big pond. There are many ways for you to carve out your place for yourself at UF, so let's talk a little bit about the academics. We have over 120 different majors for students to explore, such as pre-health tracks, over 15 engineering programs, agriculture, journalism, and architecture, to name a few. We do not admit by major, so the major you do put on your application in no way locks you into that major. And around 65% of our students do change their major at UF. We recently just added artificial intelligence, making us the largest and fastest supercomputer in higher education. And we will be doing research in cybersecurity, healthcare, and agriculture, to name a few. One of my favorite research projects we're doing right now with artificial intelligence is looking at coffee and how soil interacts with coffee, because we all know in college, everyone thrives on coffee. Talking about research, last year we had over $900 million worth of funding for research, and we do have a Center of Undergraduate Research to help you find those projects. One of my favorite fun facts to talk about is that in 1965, a little sports drink that you may have heard of called Gatorade was invented on our campus to serve athletes. And we do have a few places on campus where you can get it for free. We do have an award-winning career center, which will help you with everything such as writing your resume, interview prep, or taking headshots. We do have one of the largest career fairs in the Southeast that draws employers of all shapes and sizes, not just from the state of Florida, but nationally and internationally. So you're probably wondering what is there to do outside the classroom? UF ranks within the top 20 for sending students abroad with more than 4,000 Gators each year, and any major can do it. We do have a very vibrant and active student life on campus. We have over 2,000 events happening on campus each year. And this could be guest lectures such as Bill Nye the Science Guy, Stephen King, Pitbull, to name a few, over 1,000 clubs and student organizations. So if you really want to live out your Harry Potter dream, we have the Quidditch Club, we have roller coaster design, we have the Fallen Gators, which is skydiving, and we do have professional and academic focused clubs and organizations. There are over 2,700 teams for intramural sports or club sports. So if you are active now, you can still be active at UF. Our club sports do travel to the Northeast, and I was able to see our women's lacrosse team play against Temple a few years ago. Speaking about sports, we are Division I and we are a part of the SEC. Homecoming weekend is a really big event on campus, and that Friday we cancel classes, and during the day we have a big parade, and at nighttime we have what is called the Gator Growl, which is the largest student-run pep rally in the nation, with musical guests such as Passion Pit, Chase Rice, and Chance the Rapper, and J. Cole, just to name a few. If you love the outdoors, Lake Wahlberg is going to be the place for you. You can canoe and kayak or learn how to. We do have outdoor climbing wall and bouldering, and there are trails to go mountain biking, but also sand courts for volleyball. If you are interested in calling UF home too, we are both on the Common and the Coalition application, and our priority deadline is November 1st, which is one of the most important deadlines to keep in mind when applying to UF. We do have virtual sessions and a virtual tour, and here's my information. Our campus is open, but do realize that some buildings may be closed. We do have an app that you can download that has an interactive self-guided tour if you happen to visit campus. Thank you, and go Gators.
Thank you, University of Florida. Our next presenter is Florida Southern University. And I'm sorry, you're on mute.
All right, I promise this is not the first time I've used Zoom. Okay, so hey guys, I'm Sherry Brown with Florida Southern College. I am an alum, and I'm also a current student earning my bachelor's or my MBA, my master's in business. So we are a close-knit community. We have about 3,500 students on our campus, 3,000 of which are undergraduate level students. We were founded in 1883, and our claim to fame is we are the world's largest single site of Frank Lloyd Wright's architecture. We have about 13 of his structures on our campus. We have about 70 programs of study for you to choose from. It's a liberal arts core. We have a direct entry nursing program, our business school. We have a doctorate of physical therapy available. We have our School of Education and our School of Arts and Science. So lots to choose from. Small classroom sizes, about 18 to 20 students per classroom to one professor. You'll always be taught by a professor. You will not be taught by a grad student or a TA. There's always a professor in charge of the classroom. We do have an honors program for those of you who are looking for that extra challenge, and there are some perks that come along with that honors program or being part of that honors program as well. We are involved in what's called the Tiny Earth Network. It's a research study started by Yale University. It's conducting antibiotic research. So lots of undergraduate research that does go on at our school. A lot of engaged learning that goes on. You're not just sitting day in and day out listening to lectures in a classroom. We do guarantee a few things. We guarantee study abroad. It's called your junior journey. It's a 7 to 10 day trip that you will take during your junior or your senior year, and the cost of these trips are actually embedded in your tuition, and that's how we guarantee it. We also guarantee an internship across all majors. We guarantee that internship experience. So that's definitely something that new hires or new employers are looking for in their new hires. And so an experience we can certainly guarantee. We also guarantee that you'll graduate in 4 years. That's via the resources that we give you, and also because we are very transfer credit friendly. So any of those classes you're working on, dual enrollment, ACE, AP, will transfer in and go towards your gen eds. We guarantee housing all 4 years. 94% of our students do live on campus. We have 16 resident halls, and we also have apartment complexes that you can opt to live in your junior and your senior year. Lots of clubs and organizations. We are not your suitcase campus. In other words, it doesn't just clear out on the weekends, always something to do and always something to be a part of. As far as athletics go, we are Division II. We have about 30 national championships under our belts. Some great varsity sports, lacrosse, basketball, baseball. We also have some neat club sports that include water ski, equestrian, ice hockey, cheerleading, and a great intramural program as well. As far as the application goes, if you are a junior, we actually open our application for you next month. We're a rolling application process. We are test optional. We need your high school transcripts. A letter of recommendation is optional for now. And again, test optional. So we like to take a holistic approach. We do take the Common App, we take the Coalition App, and of course, our own Florida Southern College app. As far as scholarships are concerned, we do have a handful of prestige premier scholarships. These scholarships do require a separate application. And if you meet, the criteria to fill out an application for one of these scholarships, we will certainly let you know and give you ample time to do so before any deadlines occur. We also have some great merit scholarships that do not require a separate application. These scholarships go anywhere from $7,000 a year up to $21,000 a year. So certainly a broad matrix there. I know we're out of state here, but just in case, we do honor Florida prepaid and bright futures in case you are a Florida resident. We have awards for students with artistic abilities, athletic abilities, theatrical, musical. So something for everyone. We definitely, have a lot of aid that does come out of our school. And really that's it. This top information is not correct. I am not a Florida counselor, forgive me on that. I am a tri-state counselor, so I work with students in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. However, I will put all of this information in the chat for you in case you need to get a hold of me. Feel free to do so. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Florida Southern. Up next, we have the University of South Florida.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining today. I'm going to be talking about the University of South Florida. Just to introduce myself, my name is Chrissy Pugh. I am your regional recruiter advisor. I work with students in the Northeast in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. And I'm actually based out of New Jersey, so I'm not in Florida right now. But just to tell you a little bit about the university, we are located in the greater Tampa Bay area. Tampa is a really awesome part of Florida. It experiences 246 days of annual sunshine, so it's a really great place to be. USF does have a total enrollment of around 50,000 students on our campus, so we are a relatively large public research institution. But though we are large, we do maintain an average class size of around 33 students, so similar to what you see in high school. USF does pride itself on our diversity, with 41.5% of our students coming from diverse backgrounds, and we do have students from all 50 states and 141 different countries. Of those 50 states, our biggest out-of-state population is actually from New Jersey, so if you come to USF, you definitely won't be alone in that regard. And we do offer over 200 majors and concentrations on our campus, so odds are whatever it is you're looking for, we probably have it on our campus. We are America's fastest rising university. We are ranked 46 by US News and World Report, and we are very proud of this fact. Fastest rising, what that means is that in the past 10 years, we have risen quite a lot in the ranking. So that just proves that we are on the right trajectory to make our way to the top. So we are very proud of this fact. USF is one university geographically distributed. So when I'm referring to the University of South Florida, I'm also referring to all 3 of our campus locations in Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, Manatee. When you apply to USF, you get to choose what campus you want. So each campus offers something a little bit different, a little bit unique. It really just depends on what you are looking for in the college experience, and kind of make your decision based off of that. Tampa, where life's lived larger, it's a big metropolitan city. It is our biggest campus. So if that's kind of the vibe you're going for, maybe that campus. St. Petersburg, a little bit smaller, where city meets sand. It's right on the water, beautiful beach town. So if you're into outdoor recreation, maybe that campus. And then we have Sarasota, Manatee. That is the smallest of the 3. It only has a couple thousand students on their campus. So if you're looking for a private school feel, but for a public school price, that might be the campus for you. But again, you do get to decide what campus you want. Now, in regards to student life, we do have over 700 student organizations on our campus, and we do have over 1,000 on-campus events each year. So obviously with COVID, that looks a little bit different this year, but we are hopefully very excited to have some of those events this coming year. And we are at NCAA Division I athletics. So we play in the American Conference, and all of our athletic events are free for students. So if you want to go to a basketball game, a football game, you could do that with your student ID card. Our football games are actually played in the Raymond James Stadium. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the NFL stadium. That's where the Super Bowl was. That's also where the Bulls play. So if you want to go to those games, you definitely can. If you're interested in sports, but maybe you don't want to play at like a D1 level, we do have our recreation and intramural sports as well, as a way to kind of get involved on campus too. And then my personal favorite fun fact is we do have a Publix on campus. Publix, if you're not familiar, is a very popular grocery store chain, especially in the South, especially in Florida. So it's very convenient that our students have one right in their backyard on campus. So kind of switching gears now to some freshman admissions information. You could apply to USF one of 3 ways: on the Common App, Coalition app, or the USF admissions website. It doesn't matter which one you choose, just whatever's easiest for you. And our application is very straightforward. All we need is a $30 application fee, your official high school transcript, and your official ACT or SAT test scores. That's it. Once you've submitted all of that, your application is complete and we will review it. We do not consider any supplemental information, so just that GPA and that test score, that does hold a lot of weight. I included our admitted freshman profile for last fall to kind of give you an idea of what the average admitted student, what their GPA and their test score was. The GPA is recalculated based on just your core classes, and the test scores are super scored as well. For cost of attendance, you're going to be looking at that non-resident line as an out-of-state student, and all in tuition and fees, housing, books and supplies, and others, you're looking at around $34,000 for the academic year, which, yes, that is a lot of money, but when you compare that to other out-of-state schools, our rates are extremely competitive. So cost of attendance is definitely something to consider when you're looking at colleges, especially out-of-state schools as well. One of the ways in which you could offset that tuition cost is going to be through merit scholarships. So we do offer merit scholarships for our out-of-state students. Basically, how it works is if you have the GPA, you have the test score, you're automatically going to get this award associated with those scores. So it starts with our Green and Gold Scholars Award at $6,000 per year, and then it goes up with our Directors and our Presidential Award. It shows the yearly amount and also our 4-year award amount, because you can maintain this scholarship all 4 years. Quickly winding down with some deadlines, our application opens on July 1, and then you want to make sure you apply by January 1. That's our priority application deadline. That's a big deadline to remember. And then the second deadline I want you to remember, February 15th at the latest, so you could be considered for those scholarships. And then May 1, our admission deposit deadline. That's pretty standard across the board. But that's everything I wanted to cover. I know that was a lot of information, so if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. I'll put my contact information in there as well. But thank you guys so much for listening to me tonight, and go Bulls.
Thank you, University of South Florida. With that said, that concludes the presentation portion of our session, but we are now going to transition to the Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in that Q&A, and our amazing presenters will respond. In the meantime, while you are typing up all of your questions, I'm going to go ahead and pose a question to the group. So we'll start first with Texas A&M. The question is, What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Research. I would say reach out to the colleges and ask them about their application process. Ask them anything you can because they're there to help you. I know it's kind of scary when you're going through the application process. So that's my biggest recommendation. Reach out to the college that you're interested in and ask them as many questions as you can.
My advice would be start your process early. Participating in this event tonight is a great step towards that. You will notice a lot of universities have early application openings and also early deadlines for scholarship consideration. Another example would be our housing application opening in October. So to take advantage of all the things that these universities have to offer, I highly recommend start your process now and give yourself as much time as possible to explore and make the right decision.
Hi, I would recommend taking advantage of all the virtual tours that are now available that were not prior to COVID-19. It kind of makes it easier to start your search. And also, as you're creating your college essays, which you should start working on this summer, think of it as your pitch statement. This is an opportunity for you to really present everything great that you've achieved, any leadership opportunities that you've had. And if you have trouble coming up with that, ask your mom and dad what makes you great, or maybe grandma, grandpa, aunts, and uncles. They'll be happy to help you.
My piece of advice would be go where you think you'll be happy. Don't go where your friends are going or what you've heard, because you're going to spend 4 years or 5 years wherever you are, and you want to go where you can thrive and be successful and not just regret because you followed someone.
Florida Southern, feel free to respond. Oh, you're on mute.
Again, I swear this isn't my first Zoom. I definitely think explore as much as you can, whether that's virtually or live. If you think you want to attend a small college, still visit the larger colleges and vice versa. You never know until you explore. And always ask if they front load their scholarships, because there are some colleges that will give you all your merit aid at the beginning of your journey, and then you're stuck after that. So just things to look out for.
I would say my biggest advice for student is to stay connected to your regional recruiter. You'll notice that myself, along with some of my colleagues here, are regional, and they work with students specific to the New Jersey area. So definitely stay in contact with us. If you have questions or concerns along the way, our whole job is to help you guys. So definitely, feel free to reach out to us and stay connected with us throughout, the whole application journey.
Thank you all. And I see some great questions coming in through the chat. So to our presenters, feel free to check out the Q&A section to respond to those questions. One question that came through, and I think the entire group can address it, is, do you all have a dedicated pre-law program? So we'll start again with Texas A&M.
We have an environmental law program here on our campus. It is our pre-law degree. It does focus a lot on environmental law, but that is our law program.
University of Alabama does have a pre-law advisor program. You would be working with a dedicated team of advisors separate of your academic major to get comprehensively, competitively prepared for law school. And then also at the graduate level, we do offer a very well-known law program as well.
We do not have a separate pre-law program. However, we do have a pre-law track, and that's basically preparing you to take the LSAT. We also have internships with the circuit court. also the Tampa Police Department, and different internship opportunities.
We do have pre-law advising for our students, and we do have a law school on our campus, so students are able to get involved very early on in their college career.
Yes, we do have a pre-law track and do, again, guarantee an internship in that area as well. And I actually did put a link to our pre-law website in the chat there for you guys.
So USF has a pre-law advising track similar to all of our pre-professional programs. It is not a specific major, but it's a track that you are on. And so you would work with your academic advisor to make sure that you take the prerequisite courses that are needed, you know, for law school or medical school or any other pre-professional program.
Thank you all for responding. There was another great question in the chat. So again, we'll start with Texas A&M. Do any of you offer a performing arts program?
We do not, but we do have an organization for performing arts. That's all we got.
The University of Tampa has a performing arts, musical theater program, all of those.
University of Alabama does also offer all the performing arts. We have a music program, a dance program, a theater and a musical theater program. We are also breaking ground this spring on a new performing arts center, which will also serve as a new campus center in Tuscaloosa as well.
UF, we do have performing arts, and we do have a certificate for students if you are interested in looking at health sciences and performing arts.
Yes, we do have a theater performance program. I did put the link there in the chat under the question. We also have a music performance, music management. So we've got a really well-rounded arts environment on campus. And also, if you are a non-theater major, you're still welcome to audition for any roles, even a leading role. So there's opportunities there if you decide not to major in that arena.
So the University of South Florida does have our College of the Arts, and so that houses a majority of our performing arts majors. And within that college, we do have different schools. So we have our School of Architecture and Community Design, Art and Art History, Music, and then Theater and Dance as well.
Thank you all again for responding. So I have one final question here, and then we'll close out our session for today. But to all of our attendees, as questions are coming to you, feel free to jot down our presenters' contact information and to reach out to them directly. Next question, and again, we'll start with Texas A&M. Can you give an interesting or fun fact about your school?
Let's see. Well, we're on an island, separate. We're connected to another island. So our campus is actually on our own little private island, I guess. It's called Pelican Island. We're actually located in Galveston. So Pelican Island's actually connected to Galveston, and Galveston's connected to Texas. So we're an island connected to an island connected to the mainland. So I think that's a pretty fun fact. So that we're pretty much secluded out here. Well, students can leave off campus, but we're kind of out here, kind of our own little private island.
The University of Alabama's football team was originally known as the Thin Red Line or the Crimson White. And so the story goes, in 1907, we played a game in Birmingham, Alabama, and the red mud of the field dyed the white uniforms red. And that is where the Crimson Tide and our current colors came from.
We'll move to the University of Tampa next.
I'm sorry, I was typing. I was answering questions. I apologize.
No worries. There's a lot of questions coming through.
What was the question?
Yeah, just a fun fact or interesting fact about your institution.
Fun fact, Babe Ruth's longest pitch was thrown on our campus.
For University of Florida, if you ever watch the Progressive insurance commercials, Flo is for Florida. And if you look underneath in her badge, the colors are blue and orange because the former CEO is a UF grad.
So if you've ever seen the movie Waterboy with Adam Sandler, the scene where he's in the classroom and tackles the professor was filmed in one of our classrooms.
I would say a fun fact about USF, I kind of mentioned it in the presentation, is that we do share a football stadium with the NFL team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So all of our football games are played in the Raymond James Stadium. So that's kind of fun that if you go to one of our football games, you're also getting to experience an NFL stadium.
Nice. Thank you all. With that said, this concludes our virtual college fair for today. But I do want to encourage all of our attendees, again, if you have any questions, feel free to jot down our presenters' contact information. I'm sure they would be happy to respond to your questions. Also, I have a few closing announcements before we go. As you exit this session, a Zoom survey will appear. It's approximately 4 questions, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. I also want to remind you to sign up for additional sessions. And then finally, a recording will be available within about a week or so. With that said, I want to thank our amazing presenters for joining us, but also want to thank all of our attendees for taking time out of your busy day. I hope everyone has a great evening.